rework patch. We're going to get the KO shout out from Beryl.
Thanks, Beryl. As he is just going to go into the Aurelia instead.
But where is Aurelia going? We're thinking top lane because, of course, Aurelia no longer gets damage reduction on her W against magic damage. So the mid lane matchup isn't what it...
Nuclear also returns to the Ezreal. See if he finds more success on that tonight, as we're going to jump into game number 1 right now. Sandbox versus Damwon. Between these two mid laners, or will it take its first loss between the two mid laners?
Dove would move to the same 4-0 stat line that Showmaker is at. I like Sandbox's approach here. They asked a question of Damwon Gaming at level 1 with the Olaf invade.
First wave, as still on the 1CS. The Aftershock here for a bit here for Showmaker means that he will live for now, but afterwards does get away.
Canyon onto this scuttle late. Onfig's going to spot it. Is Smite up for either? It is not. Onfig could steal this one away, but Flame walking up. He's probably going to try.
Oh. Ooh, okay. Smite should be on her red, and he is correct.
And it subverts what we were talking about with the double aftershock. They don't even have to fight to get the first spawn Drake here. So losing map control bot side. Ashe does have the natural pushing advantage over Ezreal. And just the extension of the level 1 invade has gotten them a blue buff. So really nice macro stuff from the side of Sam. I don't see it for the Aurelia.
So a lot of the time, if that Drake does get taken a little bit later, you can see trades for the Drake and the Rift Herald. But this time around, it's just going to be started here. Up comes the Tom Kents, making it a 4-on-3 for now. That does mean that Sandbox will have to give this one away. Damwon will
on is going to be big, and that's why I wanted to see this Rift Herald use topside. Get an item lead. I think it's going to be necessary on the Fiora.
We got a bit of a race going on here, and it should favor Sandbox, I would believe. We'll see if Flame and Canyon have more damage, but the answer is going to be no, as it does go the way of blue team and Ashe and Braum down on the bottom side.
Even though it's a 3v0, remember, because the channel was done when there was
switching into the Ashe, and you were talking about that pushing advantage and also the bounty, both of those things coming through already for Ghost here at 15 minutes on the app.
Like, pause your mind and then say, all right, how fast did I think that enemy team took Baron? Okay, now make it 10%, 15% faster, but we'll hold the point. Flame's got a lot of bad guys in his lane.
On fleek, fantastic dodge there already on the stun. They're trying to burst him down before the teleport comes in. And finally, first blood at about 17 minutes does go the way of Yorick in the top lane. And speaking of which, Showmaker playing with fire. Summon goes in and slams his head down for the double kill eventually for the Yorick in the top lane.
They had no way to kill the Maiden this time, and no chance on the kill. Flame flashes scenario. Yes, they have teleport on Aurelia, and she's a better teleport ganker, but she was behind, and now she actually needs a teleport to try to find something on Summit.
Well, 1-on-3. The flash comes in from Canyon just to try to force this kill, and it will happen. But oh man, the arrow to the face here of the Ezreal, but they can kill him just at the end of that last tick of the Ignite. Very nicely calculated, they pick up the kill.
And that's the insult upon injury there. Even calling in his friends, they get an answering kill in the mid lane onto the Ezreal. Nice accuracy from Ghost previous times, and that means that Sandbox can easily kite back, go straight back to this Drake. Nice moments for Sandbox. They continue to show that their early game is among
first teams that seem to be playing very comfortably and as a team early on. Joker gonna have to flash away from this one. Maybe they can turn this around. No, Dove just gonna back away, but it's great to see that Sandbox
in the Guardian Angel. What this says to me is that Sandbox subscribe to the same thing we've been saying on this Papa and Valdez podcast. The first Baron probably decides the game. So go for the snowball item. It might be relevant now.
Trying to get on in there to Joker, but not quite able to do it. You can see the burst damage just comes out from Dove and Ghost, who are incredibly fed already. Gonna try to get on top of Beryl here. He's got a stopwatch. That's Tom Kent, but still able to get in there. And here's Olaf from behind. Says hello to Nuclear. Just gonna smite him to death. Smote down there is the Ezreal. That is 3 kills now, going the way of Sandbox.
And playing to their items is something I love to talk about. Sandbox go for the mid-game items. They take the mid-game fight that was posed by Damwon. who were just too comfortable there. As before, Nuclear even had 3 items on this Ezreal. They turn onto the Baron, and will it be the closeout Baron right now? Flame can't do much to stop it.
Oh man, he gets one auto attack and just gets blown to smithereens by this LeBlanc. He's 3-0-2, 8 stacks on the Dark Seal. The 2
out as by their good gameplay. They've been really strong in the early game all season. We watched the replay, and remember, this is initiated by the Ashe, but it's hard committed to by DWG Game, and they feel like they can walk forward, but we already know it's 3-item Ashe who's items ahead. It's actually already the Zeke's convergence here for more damage. They wanted to cement their lead here, and they just close it out. They're able to chase in for further kills. You use the past tense of smote. I'm smitten in this case by what we're seeing from Sandbox Gaming. Definitely getting going over here. Flame thinks he can turn onto an Aurelia, but he takes 465 damage from just second part of chains. Outrageous. He says Baron, and then he says go Baron after nice.
Wow, your Korean's got a lot better. That's actually right spot on there, Papa Smithy.
Well, this Baron's going to be spot on as well. How big's the Baron buff power play going to be? Get those numbers on there, Riot Games. We don't see the numbers yet. I'm a fan of big numbers. We can see some big numbers soon.
Yeah. Calculating for now as man, you can see the difference in the mid lane too in that fight. He steals the Ashe Arrow's Joker, the Braum, and then Joker hops away, stands beside the LeBlanc, who hops over and just one-shots a guy with Ghost, and then the fight just immediately turns in the favor of Sandbox. Extremely one-sided is this first game, even though the first blood only came at 17 minutes. Now, Joker in a bit of a trouble here is going to hop away. He seems to be fine now as Summit is going 1v5 in the front, just tanking here for Ghost, who's doing the majority of the damage, takes out the Catfish as Sandbox, the landslide continues.
There's just no way. That Lamb's the slaughter. It's a huge gold lead. We know that the Baron buff power play is going to be big. It's already 4,000 gold, and there's a couple of Nexus towers to take out before this Baron is done.
His first Baron, stronger than I ever thought it was going to be. You seem to be right on the money with that call as 2 inhibitors go down, and they were considering continuing to push on, but with it being 5-on-4 and Beryl coming back soon, they're not going to bite off too much. They have tons of gold in their pockets to go home and spend and return for the next split.
It's what happens when your comps are mirror, and we note already that the wave clear on both sides is pretty poor. Baron buff is always going to be standing gold obliterated. Watch the replay here. Joker is too far up. It's not actually a 200 IQ play. He's too far up in this scenario when they're trying to play 2 lanes. But guess what? With a gold lead, it doesn't matter. And this has been Sandbox Gaming the whole season. They get a huge gold lead from very good play in the early game pre-20, especially in the first 14 minutes with the plates. And then, are they perfect Griffin style? No. But they have gold leads where you can bail yourself out of bad scenarios with fat stacks. Atlas is the best at this one. He always talks about hitting people with your wallet. Well, that's what they're doing. They're hitting the enemy with their wallet, even though they're dangling their wallets in front of the enemy. Turns out you can't steal the gold when they're this stacked.
Yeah, you dangle it, and then you smack them with it, and you have a lot of fun if you are this far ahead. I mean, it's 10,000 gold now at 30 minutes.
And there's one good news story. Canyon might not die on Jungle Rift, so it wasn't his fault.
You know. you know what's really kind of pathetic to watch is Aurelia and Silas from behind. They just kind of sit there. That last fight was Aurelia throwing out her ult and then running away. It's not a good feel for sure. And Nuclear, you talked about, he doesn't have the greatest stats on the Ezreal. Not necessarily his fault in this game, but may add a loss to that one as they thought they could burst down Joker, but again, it's not going to work as LeBlanc is unbelievably fed. This is just so one-sided. Can they get a kill? No, it looks like only a Guardian Angel as finally they get Joker, but only Joker as it feels like a bad joke to them. Game number 1 easily going to go in the pockets of Sandbox Gaming.
Those wallets they're hitting down on with are so big I can read the brand name from here. I think it says Gucci on those wallets, and the Gucci gang close out the first game. GG's the call. They know about that nickname. That means the Sandbox Gaming go up 1 game, and the way they did it was just so ordered and smart and played to their drop. DWG tried to fight on Sandbox's playing field of the early game, and Sandbox say, sorry guys, we've been doing this longer, and we've been doing this better.
Just right from the beginning, the level 1 at blue, they get power around the bottom side. The Infernal Drake goes the way of the Olaf and Sandbox, and then all of a sudden 2 people die to Yorick, and it's like the game's one-sided.